As I grew increasingly anxious, curling my hair, my eyes darted to the clock. Cassie, my roomie, lay sprawled on the bed as she scrolled through the reels. "Okay, how well do you know him?" she asked with a frown. I rolled my eyes, assuming she's just jealous. The Uber was downstairs waiting for me. It took me 20 minutes to reach the date location, a cozy cafe next to the highway. Once I stepped in, I saw Ryan in his black attire at the only empty table amidst a sea of couples in the cafe. I smiled, admiring his punctuality, a real rarity these days. "Did I keep you waiting?" I asked, but now I felt seated. "No, just 30 days, 20 hours, and 5 minutes. We laughed out loud together, and right then and there, I knew I was going to have fun with this date. Conversation flowed easily. We laughed, flirted, and fed each other bites from our dishes. I was certain that if he invited me over to his place after dinner, I'd probably say yes.at around 9:30. Ryan excused himself to the bathroom. As he walked away, his handkerchief fell from his pocket. I bent to pick it up to return it, but somehow it didn't feel right. It felt heavier than I expected. Curiosity nodded at me, and I unfolded it. My breath hitched in my throat. There was a shiny, sharp scalpel wrapped in it. Dried blood was still stuck to the blade. My body went right into shutdown mode. Suddenly, Cassie's worries echoed in my mind. I must get out of here soon. Before Ryan could come back, I forced my face into a neutral expression. I slipped the handkerchief into my purse and steadied my hands. Ryan returned with a smile on his handsome face that didn't feel handsome anymore. "All okay?" he asked, scanning me. I nodded, forcing a smile. "Yeah, just checking my phone." I pretended to eat, desperate not to raise suspicion. "How about we go to my place for a couple of drinks?" he suggested. "Oh, actually, my roommate just called. She's sick. I'm sorry, but we have to call it a night." Ryan's expression shifted. His eyes darkened. Slowly, he picked up the fork from my plate. I noticed how he gripped it like a knife. Then, out of nowhere, he flattened his free hand against the table and began playing five-finger fillet. He was stabbing the fork between his fingers at an alarming speed with every stab. His face turned scarier, nostrils flaring. The cafe's noise blurred into the background as I honed in on his rapid, erratic movements. The sound of metal against wood matched the racing rhythm of my heart. "Ryan!" My voice was barely above a whisper. What are you doing?" He didn't answer. The fork struck faster. "Stop, stop, stop, Ryan, stop it. It's not funny." His breathing grew heavier. Then suddenly, his bloodshot eyes locked onto mine. A muscle in his face twitched. His pupils were dilated, wild, still maintaining eye contact. He continued stabbing with inhuman precision. The tension coiled inside me, suffocating. I couldn't watch it anymore. It felt like at any point, he would stab his hand, resulting in a bloody mess. "If you don't stop, I'm going to scream." I warned. He froze. A bead of blood pooled at the tip of his index finger. Yet he didn't even flinch. His lips curled into a chilling smirk. "I thought we'd get to spend more time tonight," he murmured. I swallowed hard. "Well, we'll have to do that some other time." Ryan glanced around, realizing people at a nearby table were watching. He slipped the fork back onto the plate and sucked the blood from his finger. Then he gestured for the check. I wanted to offer to pay my half, but I couldn't bring myself to speak to him. 5 minutes later, we stepped outside. I muttered a quick goodbye and turned to leave, but before I could take a step, Ryan grabbed my wrist and yanked me toward him. Any other time, it would have been a scene from a romantic movie, but now, it sent shivers through my veins. "I thought you liked me, Laura," he said in an eerily soft voice. "Oh, of course I do," I forced out, trying my best not to challenge him to go more psycho. His grip tightened. My pulse hammered. "How about I call you tomorrow?" "Huh." He didn't reply, just stood there, breathing heavily. His eyes wild and unblinking. His grasp was unrelenting, as if he was debating something in his head. Then, without warning, he shoved me. He pushed me so hard that I lost control. I stumbled, barely catching myself before crashing onto the pavement, and my knees scraped against the concrete. Searing pain shot through my legs. Blood seeped through my torn jeans, and then he spat on me. Yes, he spat on me. Like I was some ugly sewage rat he's no longer interested in trapping. In a low, venomous whisper, he said something I'll never forget. When they find you, if they find you, you'll be unrecognizable. Best of luck, Laura. He turned around and went away. I saw him walking away, still frozen in place. My body trembling, with my heart pounding so hard it hurt. One of the cafe workers, who was taking out the trash, saw me hunched up on the pavement and hurried over to me. He made a call to 911. The police drove me home, and I told them every little detail I could remember about Ryan, only to find out his Tinder account had been deleted. N01 was able to track him down. Cassie and I went into a new apartment. I carry a taser and a can of mace, just in case. It's been a month since this first date, but I still get anxious around strangers. My trust issues are sky high, and I feel like locking myself in a room and never